hurt. Bubble wrap this guy. There's two quarterbacks in this league I would have over Jayden Daniels, and that would be...
This kid is on fire! And we're going to talk all about Jayden Daniels' start to his career. If you've never met me before, hi, I'm NFLMike, an NFL content creator that creates NFL content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and twice on Sundays. If you're an NFL fan, I know you'll love the content. Help me accomplish my goal of getting to 15,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel, turn notifications so you can be here every time we post. We have about 10 videos posting this week. Today, I am joined with one of my best friends in the football online internet talking community and one of the biggest, craziest Washington Commander fans I know, Scottie, the Fantasy Football Wishlist. He has his own show over on the Fantasy Football Advice Network called Spilled Coffee. It's a pretty cool show, and Scottie, as you're about to see, gives his wild takes, starts and sits, fantasy advice that all of you guys need. So I'll put the links to all of his stuff in the description below. Let's get into the conversation with Scottie. I had to find the biggest Washington Commanders fan that I know on the internet. We just talked a few weeks ago. We were talking about Jayden Daniels and the potential of this offense. I don't know if I was telling you that Jayden Daniels is my Rookie of the Year pick in that moment, like literally days before kickoff. I don't think I even told you that, but we're going to talk about it here. He's been balling out. How you been, man? Obviously, really good, right?
Ecstatic, baby. This is amazing. It feels like Christmas, man. I couldn't be happier. I haven't felt this way. I've been tortured for many years. Tortured. This is a blessing.
Yeah, and I feel your feelings because, you know, the Chargers just recently drafted a pretty historic rookie quarterback that's still balling out to this day. But this isn't a conversation about the Chargers. We are talking about Jayden Daniels specifically in this episode of Mike's Corner. And let's start off by just reading off some stats. Last week, 233 passing yards, 47 on the ground, 2 touchdowns passing, 42-14 win. The Commanders' offense looked unstoppable versus the Cardinals, just like it did the week before versus the Bengals. Jayden Daniels on the season now is 87 of 106 for an 82% completion percentage. This is not a typo. I double checked. 82% out of a rookie quarterback that he started all 4 games. He has 900 yards passing, 218 on the ground, 7 total touchdowns, 1 interception. We're talking a 7-to-1 interception ratio. Another crazy stat that I saw, Scottie, Jayden Daniels has more scoring drives currently, 23 scoring drives, than incomplete passes this season through his first 4 games. And I'm going to clip in my Jayden Daniels preseason take right here. And I think, call it a hot take, Chicago Bears fans, that Jayden Daniels is the safest pick for Rookie of the Year next year and the safest pick to be a franchise quarterback because there's the least amount of risk here. He is built for the league. He's got the big arm to push down the field, solid accuracy, and extremely mobile for the viewers. But for context, I was saying that he should have been the #1 overall pick. And I was saying that he was going to be in the best position and he was the most pro-ready quarterback to be the Rookie of the Year this year. He was my pick. I wish I wasn't such a pussy when I was in Vegas with you and put the money down on him. But your take on Daniels so far, I just hyped him up. I gave you all the juice. Go ahead. Celebrate, basically.
You hear me, baby. Let me tell you something. Talking about that Rookie of the Year, plus 600. I put a bet in it. I put $50 on it. Don't get hurt. Bubble wrap this guy during the plane flights to each game. Don't get him hurt. The punter is thrilled. Tress Way. He's constantly in a recliner. You stole my stat line of having more scoring drives than
incompletions.
Incompletions, which is insane, dude. Listen, I'm going to give you an analogy. It's like Christmas. And you know when you're a kid at Christmas, you get your bike, and the bike's exciting. And then the next year, you get a beanbag chair. And that's what we got with, Sam Howell. Then you get like a remote control car, and you're like, dude, this is okay. I got to smile at Santa Claus or whatever. Jayden Daniels, as you're opening up this gift, it's PS5, dude. I just hit the jackpot. I can't be happier. My outlook on Jayden Daniels this year, in the first 4 games, there's only 4 games yet so far as this taping is happening. He's the best quarterback in the league right now. He is just scoring every time he touches the ball. But what about Patrick Mahomes? Shut up about Patty for a second. Jayden Daniels is scoring on every single drive. He is as poised as any rookie quarterback I've ever seen. And as Mike said, it's the 5 years of college. I think he did well in college. He had the 5 years. He did well for the 5 years. And he just looks like a 5-year vet. He doesn't look like a rookie. When he threw the interception, which was a good look, it was clearly a good look. I wasn't mad. It just sailed a little bit on him. It was like, he pulled Terry right to the side. He's like, dude, I got you next time. What happened? Bam, hit Terry McLaurin. Mike, you had Justin Herbert. I've been suffering for 2 decades. Sam Howell. I loved Sam Howell. I'm like, Sam Howell, we got to get a good team around Sam Howell. That's why he's not succeeding. I know now what a franchise quarterback is like. You don't have to put a team around the franchise quarterback. He'll make the team good. Bam! Oh, my God.
I've always felt so bad for you guys, too. One of my best friends is a diehard Washington Redskin and Commanders fan. I've seen this man go through it, and they did have a franchise quarterback, and his knee exploded. He probably could still be playing to this day for all we know. That was RG3 was Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson existed. And there was a chance.
RG3 was good. He was excellent. He broke all rookie records. He was excellent.
At Baylor, before the knee injury, when he was that dual threat and he was forcing defenses to load the box, he was a good enough passer like Lamar Jackson to where he was a threat through the air. So you couldn't just sit there and stop the run all game. And like Lamar Jackson, I feel like he might have been the original that got it to succeed after Vic in the NFL. But of course, what happened. And then they just had bad QB luck in general. But you're 100% right. It's like the gates of heaven open up when a rookie quarterback is balling out like that. I remember Herbert's first game. He runs over one of the Chiefs linebackers, cuckoos the freaking dude. And from there, it was off to the races. And it feels like we're getting that out of Jayden Daniels here. I'm extremely impressed. I'm even more impressed than I thought he was going to be. And my take was basically like, he's got the size, he's got the ability, and same thing you're saying, the experience in college, the poise, you could see all of that in his final year at LSU. He won the Heisman Trophy. Yeah. I don't know why everyone's so surprised that this has happened again. This is CJ Stroud all over again. Although we're not talking about Caleb Williams on this. Actually, we may talk about Caleb Williams a little bit on this when we talk about the other Rookie of the Year candidates. Screw it. Let's just plug that in right here. The only other Rookie of the Year candidate is Marvin Harrison Jr. with Malik Neighbors injured.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, Mike, tell me if I'm wrong. Washington played Arizona. Did they talk about Harrison or did they talk about Daniels? They talked about NFL wants Jayden Daniels as the Rookie of the Year because they had their opportunity to talk about Marvin Harrison's son, how he's going to be better than Marvin Harrison. They didn't because Washington rolled over the Cardinals because of Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, so he's got to be Rookie of the Year. And I bring this up also because I was about to talk about Caleb Williams a little bit. I still fully believe that Caleb Williams is the franchise quarterback of the Chicago Bears. I still fully believe that Caleb Williams is going to be a top 10 or top 15 level, at least, quarterback in the NFL. But when you look at the two and you compare the two, one was clearly designed to step into the pros and find this immediate success. One who a lot of his stuff in college is like off-platform stuff, out of schedule, off-timing crap, which Cliff Kingsbury kind of likes to roll with, likes to be magical. The connection here is kind of weird that he's now the coordinator for the Commanders, balling out with Jayden Daniels. He was the coach of the coordinator for Caleb Williams last year, balling out with Caleb Williams. Maybe he's the secret to all of this, but I just always felt that Caleb Williams was going to take some time to get that timing because of how important it was to the game here in the NFL. And then all that off-platform stuff was basically going to go away his first day. That's why I was leaning towards Jayden Daniels before you talk about all the other tools that this kid has. I think he's definitely going to win Rookie of the Year, Scottie. I think that's a lock. Do you think that Cliff Kingsbury is the main contributor to this level of success? Or do you think that it really is like almost anyone with Jayden Daniels probably would be balling out with it? The Commanders would be 3-1 right now.
I mean, I think I would be talking crazy. I got to give some credit to Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury's past, he worked with Patrick Mahomes, who's an incredible quarterback. Worked with Baker Mayfield, incredible quarterback. Worked with Kyler Murray, incredible quarterback. So he was all successful with these quarterbacks. So I got to give some credit to Cliff Kingsbury. But Jayden Daniels is that good. He doesn't need Cliff Kingsbury to be good, but I don't want to say that, I think they both help each other. I think it's a great addition for Washington, and I think they're thankful for one another. I think
I've always not liked Kingsbury because of some stuff that I saw in the Johnny Manziel doc. I just can't erase it. He was basically cheering. He was basically telling Johnny Manziel to go out there and play drunk, play on drugs, as long as you play good. That's what the sentiment was from Cliff in the documentary, years removed, while he's Kyler Murray's head coach. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, this guy's going to get fired in the next couple of years. Like, this is a terrible look that you're still backing the decisions you guys made and ruined this young man's life pretty much by allowing him to be what he was, the first just we don't need to talk about Johnny Manziel. That's a whole nother story. So that's why I've always had a sour taste with Cliff. But we're getting to a point that you have to call this guy somewhat of a QB guru. And then the other thing I want to applaud mostly of all things is just the balls on him. He's willing to treat Jayden Daniels like a veteran quarterback. He has full confidence in the full playbook being opened up here to start the season. That's the biggest difference, I think, for the Commanders when it comes to Kingsbury is previous Ron Rivera style offenses. They would be protecting the rookie quarterback. They would be running the crap out of the football. There would be 1 or 2 shots down the field called. It wouldn't be put him in the shotgun, send all those receivers down the field and let him freaking go.
And to add to that, Cliff Kingsbury and Jayden Daniels is working with the Ron Rivera offense from last year. There were no key additions to help this offense. Yeah. They lost Samuel. They replaced him with Noah Brown. They lost Logan Thomas, replaced him with a finished Zach Ertz. They have the same team basically, and they're balling. So you got to give credit to Jayden and Cliff.
100%. Yep, Jayden and Cliff really they've brought some life to it, and we've all known what Terry McLaurin's been out wide. We know his potential. We've all seen it since day one, and everyone's just been begging to get this guy a quarterback or trade him. One of the two, either one, and he finally got a quarterback. All right, Scottie, let's see how far that this has gone, okay? Let's see how hyped you are. I want to know, where does Jayden Daniels rank amongst the NFC quarterbacks right now, today? Where do you put him? So we're going to play a little Would You Rather game with the Fantasy Football Wishlist. Would you rather have Jayden Daniels right now or Jared Goff?
Daniels.
And that's easy.
Easy. I in my head, I'm telling you right now, Mike, you keep naming these names. There's one quarterback that I want to give him credit, but keep going. You're going to keep going, Mikey. Come on.
Jayden Daniels or Dak Prescott?
Daniels.
Brock Purdy?
Daniels.
Matthew Stafford?
Daniels.
Kirk Cousins?
Daniels.
Jalen Hurts?
Daniels.
Kyler Murray?
Well, look at the game last week. Daniels.
Is there anyone in the entire National Football League conference you'd take over Daniels?
So, no, I wouldn't. But there's one quarterback I'll give credit to. Like, if I'm starting a franchise, NFC, I can only pick the quarterbacks. I want to give Jordan Love some love. You're going to see the Packers in Washington in the playoffs, bearing any injuries. We don't want to see injuries. It will be Jayden Daniels and Jordan Love are going to see each other in the playoffs in the next decade.
So that's the only one in the NFC that you're saying you would say is even close to consideration, but you're still taking Daniels.
Not Daniels. I'm in love. There's a heart here. There's a heart.
This is unplanned. This is unplanned.
There's a heart with the W, baby.
This is unplanned, but your confidence is next level. Let's talk about the AFC for the franchise going forward, not just for today or not just for one game or anything like that. Talking about franchise quarterbacks, would you rather have Jayden Daniels than Justin Herbert?
Yes. I like
Lamar Jackson?
Yes. There's
Josh Allen?
There's two quarterbacks in this league I would have over Jayden Daniels, and that would be Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
There you go. Hey man, I didn't bring you on here to debate you. I brought you on here to hype up the other Commanders fans And I think that does it right there.
For 30 years, I had nothing to get excited about. Just hear me out.
All right, Scottie, we're going to move on here to the second segment. I appreciate you for that one. Just real quick for the Jayden Daniels segment, go ahead, plug your stuff one more time. I already talked about it in the intro. The links are in the description to everything Scottie's working on, especially if you're a Washington Commanders or fantasy football fan. Go and follow him. But anything else you want to throw out there before I forget?
Go Commanders, baby! Hail!
Hail to the Commanders. There you go, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another NFL Mike video. Now it's time to go make more football friends or go and compete in the Mike's Pick'ems challenge or against me in daily fantasy football challenges by joining my completely free NFL group chat. Or head to fifthdown.shop and check out and see if we got your team's newest designs. Or now you can simply rep your favorite players without having to wear another team's gear. And then tag us in pictures of you wearing your Fifth Down merch for a shout out in the next episode of NFL Mike's Corner. And help us reach our goal of getting 1,000 NFL fans wearing Fifth Down. Or you can head to the next NFL Mike video by clicking it. It's on your screen. Go ahead.